Look what we've got here. All kinds of good stuff. New front brake master cylinder, new braided lines for everywhere on the bike. And so tonight, among other things, we're going to see if we can make this front brake work. At some point while I was bleeding this, the front brake just like started shooting fluid, or sorry, one of the lines started shooting fluid somewhere. Couldn't even see where it was from, so that's inconvenient. But and this thing just feels like trash. And I mean, there was straight up gel in here when we started originally when we got the bike, so I'm just gonna replace it, you know, rather just so all the stuff on the front end is gonna be brand spanking new, and hopefully it'll just all work. This conglomeration's to hold the fluid in because it wasn't doing that either, so that is gonna be brand new. Also gonna put some new exhaust bolt studs in it because I lost one. Don't ask me how, I did. And that's it. But yeah, one step closer to being a bike. Yeah, I've been riding without a front brake. Yeah, that's not safe. But I mean, this thing kind of works, and I've been engine braking and whatnot since I fixed the backfire, and it's pretty good, But I can't wait to make the front brake work because it's just going to be so much better. So much better. So let's do that. All right, check it out. We got the master cylinder off. It was just two 5mm bolts right in the handle after I got the line off, that is. And the line is in a few pieces, so it goes from where the master cylinder would be, and it runs down a little bit, and it actually clips into right here, which bolts up right there. I'm gonna put this back in before I lose it. And there's a hard line down in here. This little guy here, this is the fitting. Then on my finger it goes down and it goes over, and on this side of the bike there is a little clip down there, and that is where the other end of the hard line is, which then attaches. See it down in there, there's the other end of the hard line, there it is. And the other stainless line is going to come down and actually fits in right here, and then go into the caliper where it screws in at that spot. There was a second I thought, oh no, I'm going to take the whole lot of stuff off to get down here a line. But all I ended up having to do was I popped off this little plastic cover that covers the bars right here, 2 Phillips screws. And I took off the little metal cover that's here, like I said, that had the bracket for this brake line that isn't here right now. Pop these 2 screws out. I took the little itty bitty speaker screw out, and then took the 4 Phillips out of each of the speakers themselves, unclipped them. These are the wires for the speakers. These are just wires for, I don't know, they've been there for a while. And then this plastic cover that goes around the instrument cluster, slid that right out because on the sides it was held on by the 2 screws also holding the speaker, so slid that out, which gave me a lot more room to be able to get some wrenches and stuff in here. The one on bottom broke loose fairly easily. Had to use vice grip still on the clip, but that's okay because that's attached to the old brake line that's coming to come off. The brake line up here was very difficult to turn. I was getting very little rotation out of it each time, so I actually just cut the brake line and then put a socket on it. And I made it go way faster. So now hopefully we're going to start throwing the new lines on, getting them attached. Sorry, the new lines you add to the old hard line, and get the new master cylinder on. And then we'll start buttoning up all this stuff, bleed the brake, and with any luck at all, this front brake will work. Here's another look at the new lines before they go on. It's a Spiegler kit, as you can see there, just for Goldwing. But I will say I'm impressed by this. I threw the card away, but it has really labeled well, pretty idiot-proof as to where stuff goes. And the little card had like a picture of like, what the heck does MC first mean? But the rest of them super self-explanatory. And these are just what the clips look like that hold these in place. And then these are threaded. These are where the hard line threads into this guy. So super duper simple. But it's nice I don't have to like figure it out because it already says. So thumbs up on that. Well, we've got everything on the bike. Lines are hooked up. Had to be careful when I was rotating this where it attaches up higher, just to make sure. I went and spun it without holding this one. That way it rotated so that this was facing the way that I wanted it, since it's angled a hair. I had to slide that down. But got them all hooked up. There's a very special clip that is supposed to be down there. That's been replaced with a zip tie because I tried putting it back on and it wouldn't. Right. Got our line going up here. Spent forever bleeding it. I have no secrets to that other than just being patient and bleeding for a long time. We're going to button this thing up and take her for a quick little spin.